The bill outlines the powers and functions of the Great Ocean Road Coasts and Park Authority as a public land manager, including its powers to prescribe regulations. It provides for the transfer of land management responsibilities for land managed under 6 Acts of Parliament, and to that extent the principle of bringing these together was the right approach. It's just that they've botched the next part of it. Provides for the creation of a new trust account, a trust fund, which will receive the revenue generated. And I think the fear increasingly with this body is it's going to become a heavy tax authority that's going to scoop in a lot of money. Now, some of it might be legitimately collected from tourists, but locals are about to be clobbered, and I think that is one of the fears that people have.
The Great Ocean Road is a very significant and national treasure. It's at 243 kilometres. It is the world's largest war memorial. Built by veterans, it attracts more visitors than the Great Barrier Reef and Uluru combined, and it runs along several national parks and marine sanctuaries. So that just tells you how important the Great Ocean Road is. But it's not all rosy for our Great Ocean Road, unfortunately, and it faces many challenges in regard to infrastructure requirements to support all of our visitors, the weather and storm damage, erosion, and the pressures of climate change. A single management authority would strategically coordinate a better response to the pressures identified earlier, such as the extra visitation, weather and storm events and climate change.
The authority was a recommendation of the Great Ocean Road Task Force about 5 years ago and has bipartisan support, or did have back then. It was an idea that stemmed from the bureaucratic nature of having, quite literally, tens of bodies of committees and having management roles in the same areas. This authority is supposed to reduce red tape, though many think it will do the reverse, which is worrying. Their party does support the authority. We hope it increases good governance of the Great Ocean Road and surrounding townships, and I look forward to reducing bureaucracy for locals, councils and tourists alike.
The Great Ocean Road itself and the surrounding land is currently managed by at least 14 authorities, as Mr Grimley has referred to. So for any issue of consultation, planning and everything, extraordinary overlap is involved. Different public entities are responsible for strategic development and implementation, land use, planning and development, infrastructure delivery, asset management, emergency management, investment facilitation, destination promotion and the management of the environment and the local ecology. And I could list so many of them. But what we've got now is all these authorities staying in place and another one over the top. And that just beggars belief. We were hoping to have one authority, not one sitting on top of everything else.
I do not believe the case has been made that there needs to be a comprehensive new arrangement such as this bill proposes. You know, a massive new authority with massive power is in fact not needed. Any shortfalls in the current arrangements are soluble without this massive bureaucratic blob dominating the region. This bill is a land management fiasco and a blank cheque. I'm not prepared to sign it. I will not be supporting the bill.
Unfortunately, the millions of tourists who enjoy the Great Ocean Road and its offerings do not bring significant investment to the region with them. In fact, 2/3 of these visits to the Great Ocean Road are for day trips. Tourism brings with it great opportunities, investment and jobs, but we cannot forget that it also brings cost and someone has to pay. This is about fairness. I'll be supporting this bill today.
This bill sets a very concerning precedent that could see Parks Victoria undermined right across the state, with land and responsibility taken off them and placed into the hands of tourism and profit-making regional authorities instead. It's a slippery slope to the privatisation of our national parks. We know this government loves privatisation, selling off public land and transferring public assets into private hands. We can't let our precious national parks fall prey to this agenda as well.
I'm not convinced this bill hits the target for the most efficient and practical way of doing what it intends. However, I like the idea of decentralising regional land management, increasing local participation and something closer to self-sustaining funding.
During the time between the last bill and this one, I've consulted further and the views of local communities haven't changed. That is, largely accepting and understanding of what the government is trying to achieve, but not wanting to lose their ability to have a say in both how the land, infrastructure and national parks they love is managed.
I want to emphasise that this bill will not alter the conservation objectives of any National Park Act land for which the authority assumes responsibility. These special areas will continue to be managed under the National Parks Act, with the authority obligated to meet the same conservation objectives as Parks Victoria. The authority will be transferred management responsibility for the public land specified in the schedule by the 1st of November 2025. This is a major reform. It will not be rushed, and the 4 years will help make it happen at a pace the locals would require.